TF boy TWT today, and we're going to be hitting with another video. And today I'm going to be experimenting on something that I don't really trade very often. I've been a day trader for over 3 years, and so I would regularly take a few swing trades now and again. And so today I'm going to be doing some market analysis on GU, and I'm going to show you guys my initial analysis on what I think is going to happen for GU for the upcoming weeks, where I plan to take a nice swing trade. Now, I want to put this into perspective, right? For the people that are watching these videos and the kind of audience that I want to sort of direct my videos to, is I want to direct my videos to the people that have full-time roles or students or want to start a side hustle, but people that don't have a lot of time. And I completely agree with that sort of idea as well. I've spent a lot of my time doing things on the side. I'm a full-time student. I'm also working full-time as well. So trading for me has always been a side hustle, a side business that I've always wanted to pursue 100% of the time. However, due to certain things that I want to pursue on the side, it's been basically quite difficult to obtain. And so, because of that reason, I'm always been so interested in trading and want to find opportunities to still pursue such a passion at the same time. Now, let's have a look at the charts, and I'm going to show you why and what I think is going to happen in the upcoming weeks, okay? So the first thing is, right, is I want to take a swing trade, right? So for me to do something like that, we would have to look at some of the things that we have in the chart right now. So what can I see that's drawing straight to my eye, right? There's a couple of things actually, right? The first thing is that we have this low that was formed here, price then breaking down below it, and then price beginning to run a little bit higher. But not only that, but the overall direction in the weekly trade right now is bullish. We can literally see there being a bullish trajectory going further up, right? Price then came into this bullish area and then tapped higher. Price came back into this bullish area again, but we can start to see price could potentially use that as an opportunity for support in this region, and price beginning to run higher again. So what does that mean for us? Well, let's have a look at some of the correlating charts, right? The correlating charts, right? Where, remember, we had a previous low being broken, okay? A previous low like that being broken, right? On the Dixie, however, the previous low was this one being broken and this low being broken, and we've swept both lows, right? This was the previous low before that, and then this was the longest low, right? So let's put this back into comparison again. Very similar situation here. This was around the May-April time, and then we broke it again, and then we have a long-term low down here, okay? So very well correlated. However, the 16th of October, this low here and this low are completely different. And we didn't sweep below this low. We actually didn't at all. We did here. We broke above that high, and we've managed to make that move, right? There was two peaks, and we also to broke out this one here. On this one, we won. I know this isn't sounding very technical right now, but we literally just didn't do that. We saw this low being formed, and price in fact failed to seek support below that region. And so we can literally see that because of that reason, we can start to think, well, potentially there's an opportunity for us to see a potential reversal in price. Now, we're very, very low at the start of this region, right? And so price could potentially even rip lower. However, we've got this area here. If price does begin to start ripping lower, and I also want to point into the idea of confluence of time frames, we can see here that in October of 2023 is when price began to start actually accumulating these longs, right? Here we're at the start of the year, right? And we're starting to see that because of the presidential Trump and everything like that, I do have a lot of confidence that the US is not going to maintain that bullish momentum that they've been having. And so we may see that price, if not won't come up here, but can definitely seek support around a region like that. And so, although this is a very small high, it's not very high at all, that's still 150 pips. And so if you were able to maintain a strong trade with the movement like that, you can definitely seek some phenomenal trading opportunities within that region. So now let's go into the daily chart, where we're going to seek to take that trade. Well, firstly, I've marked the highs, which is roughly around here where I want to see price sort of make that move. But then also, price, this is the trade that I want to take, right? But can you see down here, right? Prices took out this region. So if I was a trader and I'm looking at this price chart, I'm seeing that this region's been taken out. Naturally, I'm going to take shorts. So traders are going to start taking shorts, which means that we can see that price is probably going to come and do this kind of move here. Price is going to come from here, tap into this region where we have a fair value gap, potentially even come a bit lower, maybe in here, maybe even sweep out these lows here, take out those lows, and then begin to rip higher and higher and higher. And that's when we can start taking longs, which means I want to start scaling my position, which means I will run and take a position here, a small position, but not a large one, start scaling here, start putting more positions in, more positions here, and more positions here, until price gets to the point where it hits this buy side liquidity. Which means I've already got my business idea or my plan of what I plan to see happening in the upcoming weeks. Now, I do anticipate this move to happen not in the first day or two. I'm anticipating this move to happen maybe in 30 days. This could be a month trade. If not a month, maybe even a week. But the point is that I'm anticipating that price is now going to continuously come up and fill in this entire market maker buy model. Which means we've taken out this region, right? Which means that price will begin to start seeking liquidity in this region here, in that wick. And where does that wick tap into? This fair value gap. Which means as soon as price does begin to come into that region, I want to accumulate a lot of longs. But then I would have my stop loss quite wide, probably down here, maybe even down here. Because then that would mean it's the opposite of the move, which means that the move is no longer going to be valid. That doesn't also mean that I'm going to be putting a lot of money into this trade. This is a low liquidity, very high confluence trade, which means I can make a lot of profit off this trade. So guys, if you find these kind of videos interesting where I'm kind of breaking down the logic of what I think the market will do, then guys, you will definitely start seeing these kind of moves happen in the charts nearly every single week. So in terms of money now, this is where I'm going to plug a website that I've been using for quite a while. It's called the Forex Calculator. So I don't use the Forex Calculator a lot, but I just want to show you what this website does. So this is to understand how much money you can basically make off a trade. So I currently trade off a £50,000 account, which is a funded account, and I also trade on a live account. So if we go back onto the chart here and we were to see how many pips the move up would be, it's around 170, but then my stop loss is roughly around here, which is a 260 pip stop loss, right? Obviously, we're not going to be trading straight away when that market comes out, so we're probably going to be taking a trade here with around 150 pip stop loss. We're going to round it up to 150 pips. We want to risk quite a lot on our, we don't want to risk too much, so probably about 2.5%, which means we're probably going to buy around approximately one lot, okay? So, what does that mean for us? Well, we're going to be risking a lot, which means that if this trade was to go into our favor, we will be making around 1.2k had it go into the upside. But that's not all. This is the stop loss, right? Which means we could be making even more when I start scaling more into the position, tightening the stop loss. So when we start tightening the stop loss, this number would decrease to probably around 30 pips, which means I can scale into this position of nearly 4.1 lots, which means if that's a 30 pip stop loss, and we just basically divided 150, which was the original stop loss, 150 per 4, divide that by 3. I actually don't know what that is. What is 100? This is really bad. I have really bad mental math sometimes. So that's 5, right? So we're going to divide this stop loss to around 30, meaning we're still making 1.25. 1.25 thousand times 5 means we can make off this trade nearly £6,000 on this trade, okay? That's the kind of perspective I want you to put into this, right? Don't be thinking because it's going to be a super wide trade where we're entering here and it's a super wide stop loss, meaning it's going to be super tight and super long, but the upside's not that high, is because I'm going to be scaling my position. So I'm going to put a small amount here, gradually put more here, gradually put more here, gradually put more here, meaning the upside is just going to be a perfect flush movement, meaning we're going to be scaling so much into the position, we could be making nearly 6 to nearly £10,000, which means that is enough to basically have you not work for an entire 2 months. Have you work at an ordinary finance firm, or even then £10,000 in some countries is nearly your whole year's wage just off one trade. Now you may ask, how do I do these kind of big scaling trades? Is I currently use FTMO trading account. So if you guys are interested, I will do a video on all the different funded accounts that I've used past and traded with in the past. This is the one I'm currently using. This is the one that I've traded a lot on, made a lot of profit off, and also have taken home a lot of profit. And I'm going to show you all the details, all the receipts and everything like that with what I've been using in the past. So guys, if you are interested in these kind of videos, please like and subscribe, and peace.